The brutal work here the world hasn't seen, but wants its results. From the West, they have words and weapons of support, but out here, it's them alone. In searing heat, cloaked in dust. In the southern counter-offensive near Orkhiv, Ukraine has the initiative. Yet, they have to shoot their way forwards, round by round. The Russians are just past the building on the horizon.
Let's keep moving, guys. They're very anxious we leave.
We're the first journalists to reach this part of Ukraine's counter-offensive push south towards Robotyne.
So they're pretty sure the tank was spotted by the Russians, and so now we're moving fast out of here because they're expecting return fire.
The losses from their early assaults evident. This a destroyed US-supplied Bradley armoured vehicle.
In this thick dust, these tankers moving forwards to fire at Russian positions, which they say are beginning to look in peril as Ukraine's southern counter-offensive pushes forwards.
The 15th National Guard have lost many friends here, but also gained ground. It has been incredibly tough, but some faces we saw over the past week have brightened. Robotyne has got closer. Some of the assessment of their fight and the tools given towards it grates here. They're being expected to do things no NATO army would attempt, with equipment they'd scoff at. The Humvee we travel in, with tyres so threadbare, no American soldier would be expected to drive it. They have no time for armchair assessments that they're failing.
Вони помиляються. У нас є успіхи, але все залежить від того, як вони закріпилися. Перше, це недооцінення противника.
And that underestimation is visible here, in the nearest town of Orkhiv, pummeled by the main problem, Russian air superiority and the half-ton bombs they drop. At any moment, it may not matter how much cover you have. We take cover in a basement. One day, 20 rockets hit in as many minutes.
The wait now is for what they think is another missile to come in and land.
The smell of death haunts the rubble, where entire lives have been torn through.
Now, this was the main humanitarian aid point of the town, and weeks ago this was where the remaining locals would be hiding out, getting shelter from airstrikes, but it's taken a direct hit and quite a few people lost their lives when this explosion happened. You can still smell the explosive in the air.
In Moscow's warped world of targeting, it is these men, the military medics, who feel hunted. The underground world in which they live is hidden, as their last two triage points have been bombed. And in the 3 hours a day they spend above ground, this is what happens. This is rare footage of their frontline rescues. The painkillers, clearly not enough. Treatments given at up to 100 miles an hour. Over bumpy, shelled roads. It seems miraculous. Anyone makes it. In the back of this armoured vehicle, not everyone has. These transfers perilous, their vehicles bunched together, perhaps visible to Russian jets. Sometimes they don't all come back. On Friday, fellow medic Andrei, aged 33, was hit by artillery. They buried him Monday.
Туди ми відразу виїхали, водія забрала інша бригада, а мені дісталось саме тяжке на даний момент. Тобто діставати тіло і доставляти його до відповідного заходу.
сім'я, батьки, мати, то вони
Да.
наразі тимчасово окупована територія Запорізької області. Вони не змогли навіть приїхати фактично на поховання.
Down here, death is far too close, and they seem to shut it out.
Коли як? Якщо десь, я не знаю, напевно, далі 100 метрів, то вже не звертаємо увагу. Якщо десь рядом, то тоді у нас просто історичний сміх. Да.
Я завжди всіх кажу, ми всі помремо. Але трошки пізніше, колись там, років через 50.
They need the war to end in months, though, not years, before nothing but dust is left. Nick Payton Walsh, CNN, Orikhiv, Ukraine.